Hello, welcome, bienvenidos to hockey's favorite podcast. That's right, you're in the Pacific Revision. My name is Eric. Alongside with me today, the Golden Man himself. What number do you use, Miguel? Number 69 in our hearts, but number 1 in our brains. Live from T-Mobile Arena, it's Miguel Nunez. Miguel, say hello.
What up, everybody? Golden Knights.
The drought is over.
The drought is over. It was long. It was hard. It was tough. It was brutal. But boy, the Golden Knights are back.
Hold on, let me check my notes and to see how long it's been since the last time the Vegas Golden Knights won a playoff round, other than this one.
I mean,
one year, 1 year.
So, Leaf fans, I'm with you. I know the pain.
Yeah. Last year, you knew Buffalo's pain of never making the playoffs, and now you understand the Leaf pain of never winning a first round. But you're back.
Yeah, but you're back.
The Vegas Golden Knights win the
Golden Knights back
against the Winnipeg Jets, 4-1, a gentleman's sweep. Miguel, I will take my pat on the back for calling this series exactly the way it was going to go.
Eric, you are a genius.
Thank you.
You said Miguel. Don't you worry, bro.
But before game 1, what did I say?
He said, Miguel, don't worry. You guys are going to lose tonight.
Absolutely. Yep, easily.
And I'm like, that sucks. Then you're like, but
yeah,
you're going to win 4 in a row. Gentleman sweep.
And you're like, Eric, you're crazy, but I like what you're talking.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Going into game 1, I didn't have the feeling that we're going to gentleman sweep them, but I did have the feeling we were going to lose game 1. I don't know, between Marks and Stone not playing in months, all the injuries, the lines being changed up constantly. So I was like, it's going to take a game to get used to it, but then they'll win game 2, and they did. And then they won game 3.
Here is why I went with the prediction that I went to.
Right? Yes.
Does your boy love narratives? Of course he does. Does your boy love stories? Of course I do. You know? The narrative was there, Miguel, with the rematch of 2018, year 1 of Vegas, Western Conference Finals. You think the Cinderella run is over for Vegas? They lose game 1, and what happens? Gentleman sweep in 2018. Now, why did I go with the gentleman sweep this time around? Easy. Look, this is going to sound like an insult, Miguel.
Yes.
Vegas is very average. And I don't mean that disparagingly. It just means they don't really do anything bad. And if you don't do anything bad, it might take you a little bit to get the tires rolling. You know what I mean? Like, did Vegas have a hard time clinching the division? Yeah, it took basically the last game for it to happen. You know, eventually you need to wear yourself down. Vegas had also an okay start to the season. The opposite of the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg hot, Miguel, hot to start the year.
Hot.
And then January hit. And oof.
And they lost like 11 of something. Like,
it was a free fall.
They're talking about it on TV. They won pretty much 3 games, I think.
It was brutal. But that tells you how much of a good start it was that they barely hung on to this last wildcard spot. So that's why I was like, you know what? I could see Vegas taking a while. Just get your legs under you. Your Mark Stone getting back in. You know, that's a big thing. Because he's not like Mark Stone isn't like a high skill guy. He's not your Matthews where he like excels at one thing. He really is a one of the more better two-way players. And it takes a while when you don't have a thing.
You know what?
He's really good defensively.
What Mark Stone is?
What is he?
Mark Stone is the same way, and this is going to sound very cocky, is the same way I used to describe myself back in the day.
Okay.
When I was young, and when I played sports, I'm like, I'm not great at anything I do. I'm not great at not one thing, but I'm good at everything.
Yeah, you're just describing the Vegas Golden Knights. Like I said, average, and that sounds mean, but that just means that, like, if you take a little RPG, you're just well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded. Yeah, they don't. Mark Stone and the Golden Knights. You're right. They don't over-exceed in any department. They don't.
No. So
they are not bad in any department either. They're very well-rounded. In my head,
it was again a reflection of the season for the Winnipeg Jets. We're hot, can't be beat. And then, boy, is that plane going to come crashing down. And Miguel, boy, did it. Especially after that little press conference that head coach Rick Bowness had for the Jets, where he basically said they quit.
It was
he said the word pushback.
It was literally
about
Erick,
18
a 40
times.
second. It was a 40-second press conference. He answered one question.
And he said no pushback about 28 times.
He said the our best players were nowhere near as good as their best players.
No. That's the fucking Jets. Like, for the past God knows how many years, their core, you got to move on from it.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Winnipeg has been a hollow shell of themselves for many years.
They've always been like fine, and then like that's about it.
With Hellebuck pretty much covering up.
Yeah.
Hellebuck making them look, an average team, look like a good team. And that's all it's been for. And don't get me wrong, we've talked about this. A great goalie can carry you far.
Yeah. But that'll tell you how bad fucking Winnipeg is everywhere else. And yes, they had injuries. They lost Josh Morrissey throughout the series. Nikolai Ehlers didn't start the series. He did play like the last 2 games, but didn't really do much. And Scheifele went out, I believe, at the end of that series too. So you are losing a lot of pieces. But that being said, I don't think you look at any one of those injuries, maybe Josh Morrissey, and say this could have turned around the series in any way. Because, Miguel, we saw it. There was no, I hate to fucking quote the coach, there was no pushback from them. It was very easy to bully them by game 3, 4, and 5. They had that good comeback. They had the good comeback where they were down 3 in game 3, I believe. Took it in overtime and lost, and that was it. That's all they had. That was a one shot to continue the series, and that's it. Done.
It's just so funny to me. To me, it felt like the Jets, even healthy Jets, I am confident willing to say healthy Jets still would have lost. Maybe not in 5, but they weren't beating Vegas.
This is why winning the division was so key. Is getting matched up with these Winnipeg Jets. Or
like I said, I was worried going in just because, one, there's no easy matchup in the playoffs. As looking at which we won't talk about, but looking at the rest of the series, there's no easy matchup.
Apparently, this was easily the worst team because everything else has gone to 6 games.
I know, which is so funny because going in, not everyone, a lot of people were picking the Jets. Like, if there's a single upset, it's going to be Jets. Vegas, like, I don't know.
To be fair, though, people love Canada. And by people, I mean Canadians. Canadians love picking Canada.
I know, but there were so many people doubting Vegas, and I love it personally. Like, it's great when people doubt your team because, one, if you lose, you're like, well, we weren't expected to win. But when you win,
are you tapping into me right now? Because that's how I feel exactly at this moment.
But when you win, boy, does it feel fucking good to eat up all these salty tears of not just Winnipeg fans, because actually Winnipeg fans have been, now that the series is over, they've been a lot more respectful. They were very.
I feel like they're more mad at their own team. I feel like they're just mad at their own team, and it's been like that for a long time.
In the beginning, they were mad disrespectful because they thought they were going to walk all over us. But at the halfway point, they kind of realized, you know what? Vegas is a better team.
Or they realized, oh, this is the Winnipeg Jets. Never mind.
So how many of the games were you able to watch?
I caught about 3.5. I caught game 1. I caught game 3. I caught game 4, and I caught game 5. Half of game 5, because no offense, when there was 3-0 and it just looked sad. Over. I was like, I'm good. Over. I don't need to watch this anymore.
Yeah. Winnipeg the team looked so out of it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm good. Not even this background noise, Miguel, that I want this thing. So I was like, I'm fine. But
so just to go over a few quick things.
I will say though, if I could have like 1 or 2 things that stood out for me. Brossoit, pretty good. Good job. You know, hey,
what I was going to say.
He's your starter.
He had a .915 for the series. Not amazing, but not bad.
Hey, you just need your goalie not to cost you a game. And I will say another shout out who I was surprised stood out before, because he has been kind of a not a great player. I'm sure he's been fine, but William Karlsson. Oh, he's back. He's back.
It's like one of the biggest things right now in Vegas Golden Knights Twitter and Reddit is playoff Carlson is back.
Yeah, he's been fine. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's been a bad player, but it's hard to repeat yourself when you score 40 goals in year one when you scored 6 goals in your career after the expansion draft. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and he's been more of a defensive offenseman in the last few years. Like you said, when you score 45, it's like people, just because your numbers are no longer the same, people will think you're a lesser player, even though I actually think he's gotten better. It's just he's not scoring as much. That's the only difference. But he defends great. He's a good playmaker. He's smart. I would say he has high hockey IQ. If you actually watch him play.
I'll say those two. Those two guys really stood out to me. You know, I mean, Brossoit, it's gotta feel good beating your old the guy you backed up for a while. So.
Oh, I know. Especially when in Winnipeg they were chanting "You're a backup."
That's a good chant, though. You gotta admit, that's funny.
That was funny, yeah. But they chanted, and when they were down 3-2 to Vegas, and they chanted it.
But it's only good if you win.
And then the following game 5, they chanted, "He's our starter," in the T-Mobile Arena, which is just
which might bite you. Which I understand for the Winnipeg series, but that might be audio that could bite you in the ass in the future.
But yeah, Verson had a 0.915 save percentage.
Solid.
2 players tied for most points. Mark Stone and Chandler Stevenson both had 8 points. Mark Stone looked fucking great after game 2. He actually looked better every game in my opinion.
By the way, are you ready to apologize to me that we've been Kucherov'd? Admit it. You were like, I don't know. We're rushing him back. He's Kucherov. We've been Kucherov.
Stone fit underneath the cap. And if people really believe that we circumvented just so we could have Quick and Barbashev instead of Mark Stone, you're absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So here's what happened.
We've been Kucherov. I already told you. You've
been Kucherov, like the miniature version.
I don't care. It's so Kucherov is a Kucherov.
I believe. So Mark Stone's injury was real. He legitimately got surgery.
Have you seen the medical files? Thank you.
They're not going to release the medical files. Shut up, Eric. That doesn't prove your point.
Do journalism. All right? Do journalism.
Mark Stone legitimately had surgery. Legitimately hurt. But if I had to guess,
did you see him come out of the hospital?
If I did, when I went to go get my kidney stone, we walked past each other.
Lies.
And I was like, stone to stone connection.
Did he give you the kidney stone? That's what it makes it sound like.
No, he held me past it actually. Which anyways, but I do believe he may have been ready to come back before the end of the season.
No,
and obviously they held it off. I mean, he said in interviews he was very scared game 1 because he didn't know how his body was going to hold up, and he says he feels amazing. He's playing, like I say, he looks better every game. The Mark Stone's hockey IQ it's got to be top 3 in the league, in my opinion. Like, that dude picks up on plays like nobody else. You know what I mean? Like, he's slow, and he manages to look quick at times because he's just that smart, and his positioning is phenomenal. But, and Stevenson has looked better having Stone. Stevenson loses Stone, he looks like dog shit the whole year. He doesn't do much.
Miguel loses Stone. Great times. Weird how that works out.
Connor Hellebuck ended with a .886. Not great.
I'm no expert. It does not sound good.
I will say, because Brisson, not amazing. He didn't steal any games. He did make some amazing saves, but no one would say he stole any games. But I would say he pretty much, like we talked about it. He blocked everything he should have blocked, and I would say he only let in 2 soft ones the entire series. There's that weird one. I don't know if you watched the weird one that Petrangelo tried to smack out of the air.
Oh yeah,
and he missed.
That's just a goal. It happens.
I mean, that's not Brisson's fault totally, but that was just a stupid fluky goal.
No, it's just dumb hockey. You can't protect those.
The only thing that annoyed me about Jets in this series, and this is the Jets players, not the Jets fans, is these motherfuckers, especially Pierre-Luc Dubois, like he's a dirty motherfucker.
I feel like everyone says that about the team they play in the playoffs, though.
No, that I don't know how to look this
Miguel,
up.
I'm so tired of this fucking discourse about everything. I had to take a break from everything.
I'm not talking shit about the refs.
No. I just can't take. I can't take opinions about calls, about players being dirty. I'm just tired. I'm done. I'm exhausted. And it goes for any fan base of anything.
I don't know. I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Pierre-Luc Dubois, I am positive, had the most penalties in that series of any player, and by a good amount, because Vegas didn't get. They got power plays, but not a shit ton, and most of them felt like was from Pierre-Luc Dubois. He would slash. He constantly slashed at our players' back of the leg, and a lot, and not just Pierre-Luc Dubois. A lot of them were constantly fucking cross-checking Mark Stone in the lower back.
Yeah, well, that's just playoff hockey, baby.
I mean, I get that, but like, I get it. But I'm like,
you know what's annoying though? Like one or two, I'm like, you know what's annoying though? One or two cross checks, I'm like, all right. But like 7 or 8, and the ref is just standing there looking at him. Like, I get you don't want to call this, but come on.
I don't think they called any of the cross checks, or like they were coming after Stone.
See, you already got me complaining about the stupid refs. Like
they were coming after his back a lot. It was kind of crazy. But either way, that was a fun series. It was great.
Congratulations, Miguel.
I felt so alive, Eric.
I wish I could join you, but you know.
I hope you join me.
That's probably not gonna happen.
I hope. This is not a prediction. This is just a hope. So don't. Hockey God universe.
Check out for 2 seconds.
Just check out for a bit. I hope this becomes Vegas's Golden Knights greatest hits. We beat.
Will you just do it backwards or out of order?
We just do out of it's the greatest hits. You know what I mean? We beat the Jets year one. Same thing, gentlemen sweep. They beat us the first game, then we won 4 straight.
Then you're gonna sweep us, I guess, if you want.
I was about to say, like, if we continue our greatest hits tracks, you know what I mean? It'd have to be the Kings next, and then it would have to be Colorado in the conference finals.
It would also be fun if you had to play Seattle in the conference final.
Man, I will say Seattle.
Actually, the best case scenario is you play Pavelski and the Stars in the conference final.
Oh God!
Have that come back full circle.
How does one player have the same injury?
Poor Pavelski.
Why?
Hey, we'll talk about that on our other series recap. Miguel, congratulations. Okay, I hope I can join you.
Yeah, I don't. That's all I gotta say, because since we're not gonna make predictions,
I will say you gotta play the Kings, you gotta play the Oilers. Either we get to go against each other, or I get to make fun of you because now you have to put up with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it.
Let me tell you, Miguel, just as a spoiler, not fun. It's been fucking miserable. It's been goddamn miserable. It's been hell, and I hate
Eric. I've been angry for you because not only have I watched every Kings Oilers game, but I'm also like an idiot going on Reddit and Twitter.
See, this is why I have to stop. I have to stop.
And they're not even my teams, and it angers me.
Yes,
how these Oiler fans talk, man.
Yes, but you know what angers me, Miguel? That we have to stop this episode now.
Yeah. So people listening, just so you know, we're gonna do
series recaps.
Series recaps are going to be much shorter, but a lot more of them. And then I assume right before round 2 starts, we'll do one big
just a little quick prediction episode, and we'll call it that way. Because we thought about recording midway through the week, and it was weird because some games were happening and other games didn't.
And especially because our teams were always playing opposite nights.
Yeah, that also made it hard.
No matter what, one of our teams played until they randomly gave LA 3 nights off.
That's because of the NBA playoffs. The Lakers play today. Go Lakers. And the Clippers all play in the same building. So scheduling nightmare.
Go LA. Either way, You can find me
I'm gonna
at
clip
Miguel Kicks all over the internet. Collectors Lobby on YouTube. Eric, where can the people find you?
Twitter, Instagram at _ Erick Oriana. It's _ ERICKORELLANA. That's it, folks. Enjoy the rest of round 1.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Peace.